Welcome back to a special episode of My Quality is for Real. I am here with the woman who gave me life today, Miss Chantill Lavette Busby Owens. I said a whole government.
Yeah, Lord.
Yes. How does it feel?
Feels
Today
great.
is her birthday. Happy
Yay,
birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
And the greatest gifts ever arrived yesterday.
It
How did that make you feel? How did you feel Friday when you opened up the box and I was
First, I had a headache and I was taking a nap. And then Jason, my husband, said, "Hey, I got a gift for you." And I was like, "What could it be?" My best gift would be boo boo. And I came in the living room and she popped out of a Home Depot box. And we both were crying and was so happy. Oh my God, boo boo came back.
Yes, we haven't seen each other in 4 months. The longest that we've ever been separated, and so it feels good to be back in Fort Worth. We are celebrating her birthday, but we're also celebrating something else. She is currently working on a book. We're waiting for that to be all the way done, but we're still going to talk about it.
Yes.
It is in honor of my grandmother, which is her mother. And talk about that and what inspired the book, and just give first, like I do all the guests, I'm gonna give you the whole treatment. So let the people know who you are, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Chantill Owens, Busby Owens. I'm Michaela's mom, and I had her when I was 17. So we basically grew up together. And I currently work for Texas Ratton Associates, 15 years there. And I wrote a book about my mom who died of cancer. And I wrote it because I didn't want to be sad. I wanted to, how people will die and they'll say, well, you have their memories and you could hear what they used to say or what they used to do. So I wanted to create a place where she is now. And so I invented a whole nother life. And my book is called The Angel with the Purple Shoes. And it's my mom who is on wing probation doing all of these funny things in heaven to get her wings.
And if you knew my grandmother, she definitely was a character.
Very
so
funny.
It only suits us well, or right, to create a book to live in her memory, because we wouldn't have been crying, and even as she left, on her last
week, it was
week,
very funny.
It was very comical.
Yes.
And so, okay, and so you wrote the book, and so you actually have a few. You've come to this writing.
Yes.
That's what you like to do. You like to write.
Writing, acting,
all of that.
All of that.
She definitely have wrote a few plays and
started
in some plays in church and all of that, and so that's amazing. That's amazing. And so right now you said you're working on, like publishing and all of that.
I need to get it formatted, so it's already written. It's already copywritten. I just need to get it formatted, and then it can be printed. 12 short stories about the funny things that my mom is doing in heaven.
The Angel with the Purple Shoes. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'll definitely be posting the link to that. So with today being your birthday, you want to tell people how old you are.
I am 47.
47. So any advice that you would give to anybody, like myself, that's just coming into the 30s, or anybody out there watching? What advice? What have you learned over these 47 years that or even just this year? Because this year has been one heck of a year. What advice would you give anybody out there?
That I would say in your early 20s or 30s, slow down. Don't rush the process. Slow down. Don't rush the process. Take it all in. Figure out who you are, because you really don't know who you are at 20. Some people don't know who they are at 30. but find out what your passion is and learn to forgive and not hold on to hurts. Um, build up your credit, especially. Don't just take things for granted, and don't try to acquire a lot of debt. It's like, don't try to get I want the nice car and you can't afford it, or I want the nice house and you can't afford it. Work towards your goals and education, and find out. And if you're not college material, or if you're not, because I didn't go to college, but I went to a trade school. But if you're not that, you can come on in these days in 2020. Entrepreneurs ship is the way to go if you own your own business. But really slow down and just put God first and figure out and listen to God at directing you, and don't try to chase paper.
Yeah, that's some great advice. That's some great advice. And now that I'm an OG myself, I'm 30. I would give advice, kind of piggyback off of what you said, as far as slowing down and taking your time and don't rush. And especially, the credit. Like at 30, now I could probably. Last year, I couldn't even qualify for a Forever 21 card. That's how bad I left my 20s with my credit. So I would definitely say, be more wise and be more smart with your money and your money management and your credit.
Yeah.
How is it having grown kids now? Two of your kids are grown,
24 and 30.
24 and 30. How is
that?
We have
Bubba at 16. Having grown kids took an adjustment, because I'm not gonna say what people say I'm overprotective, which I probably am. Whatever. But having grown kids took a hard time getting used to, because I was so in control of their day-to-day life. I knew where they were going, who they were with, and if I didn't like what they were doing, I put a stop to it. You can't go here, you can't go there. But having grown kids, it's kind of hard to manage.
You can't control what we do. No,
you can't. You can just give your suggestion, and I had to learn to stop trying to force my opinion instead of giving my opinion when asked. That's what I had to learn.
Yeah, it definitely was an adjustment. And even just being grown, and you have to realize that, you still, no matter how old you get, you're still going to be a child. But there's a difference between, I'm your child, but I'm not a child. Now I'm grown, I'm coming into my own, creating my own life, and you definitely want your parents' approval. You're not gonna approve of everything, but you can, just respect it, and just respect that, that I ain't out here just, in these streets bad.
Right.
How has it been adjusting to, not only having two grown kids, but now you have a grown kid that is out of state? How is...
First, I had a whole nervous breakdown, clinging to my pearls. Then I had to wallow in us being apart, because we've been together since I was 17. So that was pretty hard. And I bought you a taser
and some
pepper spray. Then I, as the overprotective parent that I learned about where you live. I learned where she lived. I mapped it out. I looked on MapQuest. And I learned the location, if I had to get to her really quickly. I know the apartment number and all of that. And then I had to just sit back and trust that she was going to be okay with those tools that I gave her, and the pepper spray and the
so she sent me out to the world.
I
make
did.
Sure if you run up on me,
it's not gonna be nice.
That you thought it was.
And I made sure that I have money in the bank so I can be there in 2.5 seconds.
That's a blessing, you know. And as I get older, I start to appreciate if we don't just use the word overprotective, because but it's nothing, you know,
Right,
wrong with
right,
that.
right, right,
It
right.
has to be a balance though, because the world is crazy,
It is.
and you know, being grown, being 30 now, I see a lot of my peers. A lot of my peers, you know, they didn't go the right way, and I, you know, used to be wanting to hang out and do all of this, and so I'm glad for the overprotectiveness, you know,
Mm-hmm.
even being back here and riding through the South Side where we grew up, you know, I'm looking like, dang, like we now I understand why we wasn't able to just, you know, just be out free willy nilly, because it's a lot of crime, it's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was dangerous, pretty dangerous, and you couldn't just go outside and play in the yard. You had to be in a radius where we could get to you and not be out there
Mm-hmm.
just yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. You
it's
know.
crazy, and didn't even realize it was like, you know, it was a lot going on that street
Mm-hmm.
where we lived at,
Mm-hmm. And
and
we were grown up. We were paying attention to it. You outside, and then it's like, come in the house. They got guns
like, why
out.
we gotta go in the house? Yeah, because
They
it's about to
have
go
guns.
down.
Come in the house. Yeah.
It's about to go down. It was, you know, it was a whole it was a lot
Oh,
going on
it was
across
a
the
lot.
street.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm. So how does it feel now, you know, that now Bubba is growing up and Bubba is able to actually Bubba, I always say this, you know, we joke around with Bubba, but it is good to see Bubba be able to live in the what they say, like the fruits of y'all labor.
Yes.
This is, you know, what y'all have worked so hard for, you know, buying a house and building a home. How is that? How does that feel?
What we call Bubba is privileged. We try
Mm-hmm.
not to, but he's a little privileged. Other than
Definitely is.
they got stuff and they had things, but Bubba is a little bit privileged.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bubba's a good kid, and I because he's seen y'all. First of all, he's seen y'all and the whoopings and the beatings that y'all beat
We're gonna tell my
down,
story now.
beat down. Tell it, beat down. He pretty much has Jason's, my husband's personality, easygoing,
Mm-hmm.
um, just an all good round kid.
Mm-hmm.
But you and Dion had my
Mm-hmm.
ways of growing up, and I was pretty bad after bad. So with Bubba, um, our environment is different, so he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, we don't stay in like a super nice neighborhood, but we don't stay in a really bad neighborhood either.
Mm-hmm.
But so Bubba, he it's pretty safe. I still don't like him to walk the streets or walk to the store. I'm working on that. But yeah, I'm glad that we have a little bit more than what we had
Mm-hmm.
when y'all grew up. So they call him privileged. So
I mean, he definitely is good, but he deserves it though.
yeah,
He
he's a
is
good
a good
kid.
kid. He not, you know, he ain't out here lying and,
Mm.
you know, skipping and
Yeah,
having 60 tardies,
yeah,
and you know,
hi,
you never had
yeah,
to. It's
go
the
now.
second year in high
School
school. We ain't had no
problems,
problems, you
straight
know.
A's, and when he's in virtual, and I just laid out all of his schedule, and we
Mm-hmm.
organized him, and I pretty much don't have to worry about him doing his work. Now I check with his teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the email, so we know if something goes awry.
Mm-hmm.
But knock on wood, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Nope, we wouldn't have.
passed in no
We would
virtual
have
school.
been
Like nobody's here to
back in
watch
school catching corona.
me. Nobody's
You'd have been
here.
at school with your mask on catching it, because it wouldn't have been we wouldn't have been able to do that.
So how's 2020 been as far as like with the corona? You know, you're in the health field, the healthcare field. How has that been like with your mental state and you know just the changes and everything? How has corona been for you?
Scary. Because first of all, the thing about taking temperatures, which I understand if somebody has a fever, but with the asymptomatic people, you can take a temperature all day. They don't have any symptoms, and they could be spreading like wildfire. We've had a couple of scares, um, and it's 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 very scary. But I put my mask on, and I just recently started wearing the face shield. At first, I just had the mask.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like wearing a face shield, I just feel a little bit more safe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty scary. I'm very tired of 2020. I'm tired of wearing these masks. It's hot for one, and people don't want to wear them. People argue with you. They don't, and they get in your space. It's like, get back,
Get back. Give
give
me
me
six
6 feet.
feet.
And you know how you say, give me 6 feet. No, I'm give me 6 feet. Can you go 7?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's scary. What I like about, and I don't like COVID, but what COVID has done for me is it made me be forced to be by myself. Forced to be by myself. Forced not to be trying to be the life of the party, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to hang out with people who really don't want to hang out with you, or always chasing down friends. I've read more. I finished my book, um, and I learned some stuff about me, trying to um, come to the realization everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not your friend, and COVID has brought some stuff to the forefront. And like, oh, okay, if I can't help you because we can't see each other,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not getting something from me because we can't see each other, and all we can do is just talk on the phone. The phone call stop. People just, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, okay. So I can't do anything for you. We can't be together. You can't get anything from me. We only can talk. Some conversations was like, oh, you
Yep.
know,
You start to realize.
we don't have really anything in common. You were just using me.
Hmm.
So I learned that this year.
Hmm. Yeah, that is good. What new books have you read?
I've read, first of all, I read the Michelle Obama book.
Mm-hmm.
I've just gotten the Barack Obama book, The Promised Land. I have the new Alex Trebek book, Matthew McConaughey.
Hmm.
And I'm also writing two more books of my own. One about a boy being bullied, and then I am writing my life story, things that have happened to me. And in writing my life story, it was kind of therapeutic because growing up being poor, it kind of affected me a lot. But writing it and writing down, oh, this happened to me. Well, I realized everybody was poor, so get over it. So what?
Hmm.
So that's what I've been doing.
That's good. So you found your niche in writing.
Yes, I can't
Hmm.
spell good, but spell check is on the computer, and hey, I got an imagination. And I can make up a story.
Well, that's beautiful, and I'm glad that we had the opportunity to do this. You have been on the show before, but this is a little different, especially we do it on your birthday, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was able to come here. So I'm
Yes.
excited that we got an opportunity to do
So can
this.
I ask you some questions?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
So how did it feel to move to New York
Mm-hmm.
without the safety net that I provide?
It was scary, but it was also liberating because I knew that it's something that I felt like I had to do. Um, and I just knew that even I feel like I still have the safety net in a sense. I feel like I can definitely always come back, but it was definitely liberating, and it made me feel like like well I'm doing something grown.
Yep.
I
Yep. Yep.
moved pretty much on my 30th birthday, and so it was very scary and liberating.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you that you did it,
Thank you, thank
and
you.
I'm proud that you made your way, rode the transportation by yourself, got a job by yourself, put on your grown woman panties,
I definitely did.
and
Had
did
to pull
that.
them up.
Pull them up and did that. So I'm very proud of
Yeah, I've overcame a lot of me. As tough as I am very, very scary.
you. Let me
Uh
tell you, she last year went to the breast cancer walk by herself in honor of my mom. She went to Dallas. Dallas is down the street. And she called, Mama, I lost my car. I don't know where it is. It's lost.
Didn't know where. I didn't remember where I picked. And that's one thing. If I don't know where I'm at, like if I would have a whole
Panic attack. And
like for real.
I said, girl, you're in Dallas. You're not lost.
Then the day before I left, I got stuck in the elevator.
And she calls me and says, Mama, I'm stuck in the elevator. I said, why did you call me? What did you think I was going to do? Come get you out? I was like, Jason, we on our way. We getting out. He was like, what are you going to do? We getting out of the elevator.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
So that is one thing that New York has helped me to be able to, even though I still, my first thought is always going to be to call my mama. But I have had to realize that, being in New York somewhere is, like I said, you have to build tough skin because these people don't care. And in life, you go into the real world, they don't care about,
they don't care about you.
Nothing that you got going on. So you definitely have to, like you said, pull up your big girl panties and get out there and
do it.
And do it.
And don't depend on nobody but yourself.
Yes, and that's the liberating part of it because I know now that I can actually say like, yeah, I did this. I came here and I built something, and now y'all can come visit me. And so it's beautiful.
And I always have your sock that I keep next to my bed.
Yeah, she definitely has a sock
that I love. I smell it. It's
a little weird, but I don't know how it still smells like being in the couch.
It's okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. To be able to come back, and it's only been 4 months. I don't know why I was feeling like I was gonna come back and everything was gonna be, have
like some years from now, yeah. But no, it's just been 4 months. But it seemed like it's been forever.
It definitely seemed like it's been like 6 or 7, 8 months, but it's only been 4.
So the next time I'll be in New York. Mm-hmm. And then you can interview me.
Yeah, we can interview.
How scared I will be because I don't really trust.
It's really not. It's not as bad but you definitely need to make sure that you on your P's and Q's. And yesterday we went to the mall. My cousin was laughing because how I was maneuvering. Like you gotta get in the crowd. You can't be like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, because they gonna run over you.
Right.
And ain't nobody, nobody's there to. They're not friendly at all. They have no Southern hospitality. So everybody out of New York, if you're watching, not trying to talk about y'all, but y'all rude. I don't have any Southern hospitality, but yeah. So let the people know where they can find you. Your Instagram. Oh, you got an Instagram and a Facebook. Your Instagram and your Facebook.
When my book come out, I will do a shout out and let you find me.
She don't want to be. She don't want to be found. Well, it is her birthday today, so we're gonna continue celebrating. But I did want to interview you and to let the people know, give the people an update because I think when did I interview you? This is like
Mother's Day.
Oh, it was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, because I was at KM.
Yeah, it was Mother's Day 2 years ago. Yeah. Well, it's my birthday. If anybody want to send me anything,
she will give y'all the cash app
that has Mickey on it.
She loves Mickey. So what do you see? What are your goals for 2021?
So 2021, my goal is to have my book printed. Like I said, it's in format. It's getting formatted, so it has to be printed. I had one publishing company reach out to me, and I really don't know if I want to do a publishing company or I want to do Amazon to self-publish. So definitely my book will be coming out, and then I will be working on my second book about a little boy named Billy being bullied, which now that needs to be in everybody's school because bullying is like everywhere. And I want to just have more self-care, not worrying about everybody and their issues and problems. I'll pray for you, but I'm going to be more focused on not being selfish, but I'm always having somebody else's issue trying to fix somebody else. I'm working on myself.
But there's nothing wrong with sometimes being a little selfish, because self-preservation is the first rule of life. You know, you know, that is good. And self-care, everybody think that self-care is just, you know, taking a hot bath and it's so beautiful. No, self-care is definitely working on everything and checking yourself and, you know, being aware and, you know, so.
And being more healthy. Try to be more healthy.
Healthy physically, mentally.
And emotionally.
And emotionally. All day. I'm working on my emotional intelligence and, you know, having my emotions in check. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this has been another episode of MyQuality is for real. Y'all know y'all can check this out on YouTube at Queen MyQuality. You can follow it on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, anywhere that you can pretty much listen to your podcast. You can check this out. And so again, you know, we're going to be celebrating today, and I'm in Texas for 2 more days. So about to get with the family, but I did want to give y'all a show. I have a few more shows lined up because I'm going to take a break. A much needed break, but when I come back though, you know, I have a website that I'm going to be working on. Got some apparel for y'all. I've been working some art, and so
hopefully she'll have my book,
and I'll have her book.
And you can purchase a book.
You can purchase the book, you know, and maybe I have been that's what I admire the most, even the courageousness about you even writing a book, because I started writing a book like a couple of years ago, but they're transparent and happen to, you know, go back and think about this stuff, it's kind of hard. So for you to be able to do that and, you know, get through that's amazing.
It's because I didn't want to be sad, and if the book can help one person about death and grieving, is my goal.
Yep. And you know, we still have Marie B, Helping Hands. I've been kind of, you know, put that to the side, but I'm definitely working on that as well, and we're gonna be doing more things with that. So y'all stay tuned. With that, any last words of encouragement that you have for anybody out there that, you know?
Stay safe. Wear your mask. Again, do some self-love for yourself. Be inspiring to someone. Help someone. And just love yourself. Give yourself a hug.
Give yourself a hug. Don't be so hard on yourself. We are our biggest, toughest critics. And, you know, we can tell ourselves something. I always say I can talk myself into something and talk myself out of it just by overthinking. So don't overthink. Definitely, you know, be aware and be conscious of, you know, the things, but don't overthink it. Don't put too much on yourself. Take time for yourself. This is Sunday today. We're gonna be celebrating, but we still gonna, you know, take time to be with our family. Be sure to be safe. Wear y'all masks. Do not take
hand sanitizer. Wash your hands
lightly, because it is very much real.
Nice. It's not a joke.
In these streets. And we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you for coming on. Thank you.
Stop by and get some cake.
We're gonna have to bring it outside though, because you can't come in here.
You can't come in here.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it to you. But all right, y'all have a wonderful day. I hope, you know, something was said that moved you, and, you know, you were touched and you learned something. Again, be on the lookout for the angel with the purple shoes.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all.
See ya.